Okay, guys, I'm sorry, first of all, for the poor lighting. You can see I am not at home. I am at our family home that my grandparents built with their own two hands, literally. Built the cellar with a pick and a shovel. And quite honestly, I don't know how I feel. My mother is now settled in her memory care facility. She's in a home. She seems to like it, but yet, well, basically what's going on is she's trying to make me feel guilty that she's there. But quite honestly, her medical needs now are just way beyond anything that I could do. I mean, we're not just talking regular bathing and, all of that. I mean, we're talking someone with pretty severe dementia. Her dementia has taken a nosedive, and she can't be here. And I can't be with her all the time here. So I'm over here trying to do some laundry and get some more clothes to her. Maybe try to clean up a little bit. And as I'm here and I'm looking through things, I can tell with some of the things I'm finding that the dementia has been growing and growing and growing for probably well over a decade. But this is her bedroom. She had this built, they were living in the mobile home out back, but this is her bedroom. You can see it's in desperate need of cleaning, and I don't know why this whole house is so dark. I don't understand it. But as you can see, this is very typical of a dementia patient. Look at this room. She's got I don't know what that is, a walker? I don't know what that is. Why does she have a walker? I am, like I said, I'm finding a bunch of things. One of them, she wrote out an obituary. She wrote out an obituary. Oh, so you won't have to do it. Kitty is a nice kitty. Oh, come on out. Here she comes. There she comes. She's a nice kitty. Miss Kitty. And we can't keep her. We already have a cat. We have a little dog. She was actually... What's this that I'm holding? Super nice cat. I would love to keep her. I would love to keep her, but I can't. Because of our own animals. I don't know if she would integrate well, but I don't know. And that's the biggest thing that I feel bad about. She spent at least one winter outside that we know of, and maybe more. Cold winter. And I remember Mitch built her a cat shelter out of the tubs, those plastic bins that you can get at Walmart, and he insulated it with hold on, I'm gonna sit down. Hi baby. Would you want some more? You want some more? Yes you do. Yes you do. And that's one of the sad things about people when they're getting older, that they leave so much behind. They leave so much behind. And it's not that I don't want all of it, but what am I going to do with it? I live in a tiny house. I absolutely love this house. This house was always my safe place as a child. I always knew my Grammy and Grandpa were there for me. And in fact, I still feel them all the time. I never ever thought that I was going to be the one to have to sell the family home. I never thought that would be on my shoulders. And it sucks. But I can't live here. We actually thought about moving onto the homestead. We thought about it. But we are on a major highway. We are on a major state highway. And it is noisy. And in fact, there is so much traffic. The heavy trucks go by, the big honking logging trucks and all of that, and they go so fast. There is a well, a hand-dug well. Let me see if I can show you. A hand-dug well that my grandfather dug himself. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see that with the crazy blue cover? Look how that cover is askew. You see how that's coming off? That is from the traffic vibrations. It is slowly, we have to replace that cover and shove it back in place several times a year because it comes loose and something's gonna happen. But at any rate, my grandfather dug that. It's a kind of a shallow well, but that's all right. They had water. This is very surreal. This is surreal to me. And I can't believe it's me that has to do it. The one that loves this house the most, and I'm gonna have to be the one. So, we no sooner get Mom, okay, you can tell it's a little bit later. We no sooner get Mom settled into the new home. She liked it. I thought everything was going to go smoothly from here on out. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong.
911, what's your emergency?
Streets are virtually empty as residents shelter in place 24 hours after authorities say a U.S. Army reservist walked into a bowling alley and then in a bar just over my shoulder and shot and killed 18 people, wounding 13 more.
She was not even there a week. And we had one of, if not the most horrific shooting in the entire history of the state of Maine. Practically next door to my mother. My first thought, while I did not think she was actually in direct danger, it was in the back of my head. What if she is? My bigger concern was my mother always has had very severe anxiety. Crippling, debilitating anxiety. All I could think is, I can't get to her. I knew she was having a meltdown. I knew she was sobbing. I knew she was frightened for her life. You know, she's a scared rabbit. I couldn't get to her. I couldn't get to her. And all I could think is, oh my God, what have I done? What did I do? I put her someplace where I thought she was going to be safe, happy. I wouldn't need to worry. She would be content. So the shooting happened on a Wednesday night. She was there. She had been there for a week and 1 day. Exactly. They had the roads closed. She is literally a quarter of a mile. Not even a quarter of a mile. Not even that, as the crow flies. away from the bowling alley where the first shots were fired. I couldn't see her until the following Saturday. But as soon as lockdown was lifted, the threat was over, and I'm not going to go into any of the politics of that horrific tragedy all around. I'm not going into the politics, and I hope nobody else does if you choose to leave a comment. At any rate, as soon as it was lifted Saturday morning, I was there. And I stayed with her all day. So did Mitch. Mitch was equally worried. So, it has now been, let's see, that was all, October 25th, and today is November 10th, as I'm filming this, is November 10th. I'm only just now starting to calm down enough to even be able to talk about it. Those of you that followed me on Facebook know that I had an absolute meltdown. I could not get to my mother. Could not get to her. But it's over. She is once again happy and content, and I dare say she has kind of forgotten about the whole incident. So she's happy and content. She's gone to doctor's appointments, her blood pressure, and I did do the right thing. Her weight is up. She was at 84 pounds at one point, and now she is up to 102. Still not her normal weight, but better. I found her pill stash in the house. She indeed was not taking her meds, which led to a lot of the high blood pressure issues and all of that. I don't know if it was dementia related or if it was, mom related. I'm not taking all them pills. I'm done. At any rate, she's now content. We have taken her out for about the most expensive meal I think Mitch and I have ever paid for in our lives. So everything is good. I ask that you please pray for the families that were involved in that shooting in Lewiston, which is only 20 minutes from my house. And of course, we spent a great deal of time in Lewiston, so this was really close to home, and really too close to home with my mother, literally down the road. I don't think it's even yards. As the crow flies, I don't think it's even 100 yards. So that's how it affected me. Clearly, how it affected us is nothing compared to the victims and their family. And I do ask that you pray for them. There are a number of GoFundMe sites out there. Horrific. But I thank everyone that reached out and supported me. It was most helpful. I did eventually calm down. I shook for no less than a week. But here we are. We are Lewiston Strong, all of us here in the state. We are one big community. So, with that, I am hoping that this will be my last drama-filled video for quite a while. Things are starting to... My house is still a nightmare because I haven't lifted a finger for well over 2 months. But we'll get there. All right, Mom. What are you thinking so far? Your adoring fans want to know.
It's delicious.
I believe you when you take a bite.
You did the scallops already?
Mmm.